Our last section of the podcast, we call recommended resources, and we are Laundromat Resource. So do you have any resources that maybe you'd recommend to help people either get into the business or to grow their business or themselves personally?
Absolutely. I think with today's technology, you're at a far more advantage than you were 20 years ago because of podcasts like yours and other people out there. Ken Barrett has YouTube videos that I read or that I looked at. Dave Mentz has his thing. CLA. Make sure you remember his CLA. There's just so many different things. If you want to get educated, there's so many opportunities to be able to do that if you're going to be willing to invest the time. Some of the books that I've read, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki, was a phenomenal book that really helped me change my mindset on a lot of things. Peak to Peak Principle by Robert Schuller. It's interesting because it talks about a mountain, and you get to the top of the mountain, you see the peak of the next peak, but then you still got to go through the valley, and you're constantly growing. I've read so many different books, over my lifetime for self-improvement. I think any quality book that you can get to read to work on yourself and invest in yourself will pay dividends throughout your lifetime. I would highly recommend become a reader. And I hated reading when I was younger. So
yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I'll actually link all those Ken Barrett's YouTube. I'll link Dave Laundromat Millionaire Men's YouTube and CLA, and I'll put links also in case you're interested. If you haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you just have to, love it or hate it. It has just shaped so many investors and business owners and their way of thinking that you just can't ignore it. Right. And there's naysayers and haters out there, and that's fine, but you just can't ignore the impact that it's had on so many people. So if you haven't read it, read it. I'll put a link below just in case. You could probably find it, PDFs floating around for free too, if you need to.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is another one.
Yeah. I have never read Peak to Peak, so I'm going to put that one on my list. I do a lot of reading too. I'm another one who did not like reading. In fact, this is not an exaggeration. This is kind of embarrassing, but I don't think I read an entire book until late into college. I did not read an entire book all through high school. I just got really good at getting the gist of it and being able to and so really embarrassing. But now I read 50 to 60 books. And I tried to cut back last year, and I look back and I read 40. So I did, but I
don't think I read a book in high school. I didn't go to college, so I know I didn't read one there. It was in my early 20s though when I started reading self-improvement books. So
yeah. So I've read a lot, but I've never read Peak to Peak. So I'm gonna check that one out. Looking forward to it. Thanks for that recommendation.
You bet.
A lot of good recommendations, actually.